A couple of paranormal investigators received a mysterious doll in the mail, and what it unleashed nearly blew their front door off. The following scary footage was captured by Brazilian investigator Tiago and his team, who agreed to examine a doll sent by someone claiming it was behind the bizarre activity tormenting their home. At first, nothing happened, but then, one night, the lights went out, and the entire house turned hostile. What they caught on camera next sent their equipment flying and nearly did the same to them. Take a look.
Amor, lá embaixo, eu acho bom você jogar em primeiro lugar e bastante naquele banheiro.
No banheiro?
É, porque é o lugar que mais faz barulho.
Tá. Nossa, lá. Nossa.
Aí, joga bastante aí, tá?
Se tiver algum espírito aqui, eu expulso você da minha casa.
Ai, Jesus! Ai, meu Deus!
Não aceito você na minha casa, eu não aceito!
Meu Deus do céu! Ai!
Eu ordeno que você saia da minha casa agora!
Tiago do céu, cara!
Calma, calma.
Meu Deus do céu!
Did you catch that? As Tiago goes about his holy water routine like a paranormal sommelier, the chair jerks back like something invisible took offense. They figured they found the hotspot, the epicenter, the unholy squatter's nest. But that chair, that was just the opening act. Because what came next made them wish they swapped the holy water for a fire hose.
Passa bastante.
Foi isso.
A bola do Cauê.
Hã?
A bola do Cauê, amor. Amor.
Você tá querendo brincar com a gente, né?
Será que tudo isso é pra não sair daqui, amor? Olha isso.
Hoje? Você tava aqui, tá?
Tava no quarto dele.
O que você está fazendo aqui?
Ai, Jesus.
O que você está fazendo aqui?
Meu Deus do céu.
Não aceito você na minha casa.
Saia daqui.
Ah, e agora?
Eu não
Você acha que
sei.
saiu daqui? Você acha?
Eu não sei, a bola tava aí. Nada aí pra esse quarto. Agora vamos terminar logo pra não esquentar aquela boneca. Tiago, eu acabei de passar aqui e a bola tava aqui.
Before they could even leave the spot, the entity pulled a move straight out of paranormal activity, rolling a child's ball down the stairs from a completely empty room. Not creepy enough? It came from their kid's bedroom. And yes, they'd already sent the kids off to grandma's just in case. So unless grandma moonlights as a ghost with a killer throwing arm, that ball didn't move by itself. And before you go, well, maybe someone was off camera, hang tight. What happens next slams the brakes on that theory real fast.
Entra ali? Será que a bola tá querendo entrar ali, amor?
Não sei. Thaís, aquele dia que a gente pegou, instalou a câmera, essas gavetas abriram,
Verdade.
cara. A câmera pegou, essas gavetas abriram, cara.
Foi mesmo, amor.
Tá repreendido. Você tá vendo isso?
Tiago, você tá vendo isso?
Tá repreendido em nome de Jesus Cristo!
Ai, meu Deus!
Saia daqui! Você viu isso?
Tiago do céu.
Você viu isso?
Vi. Cara do céu. Meu Deus do céu. Thiago, é alguma coisa e não tá querendo sair daqui. Mas vai sair. Amor do céu.
Pra fora!
At this point, they were done pretending this was just a coincidence. The closer they got to that cursed doll, the more unhinged the activity became. So finally, after one too many horror movie moments, they did what they probably should have done the second the postman rang the doorbell. They decided to torch the damn thing.
Já tá aqui.
Vamos levar isso pro rio, amor. Vamos
Vamos.
despachar isso.
Pessoal, a gente vai até um rio e vai queimar isso aqui e jogar em água corrente. Thaís, vamos. Preciso pegar a chave.
Preciso colocar minha bota.
Vamos ajeitar aqui e vamos ir.
But just as the fire swallows the doll, something happens, and it almost sends him straight to the floor. Take a look.
E o fogo?
Repreendido na Jesus Cristo de alguma maldade. Veja por esse negócio fazendo maldade pra nós e vai embora. O que você acha aí?
Ah! Thiago do céu!
Que isso?
Meu Deus do céu! Amor do céu!
Não chega perto não!
The moment the prayer left his lips, the doll straight up exploded like some cursed firecracker from the underworld. Since when did rag dolls come with blast radius?
O que você acha aí?
Ah! Thiago do céu!
Que isso?
Meu Deus do céu!
With their hearts pounding like horses on steroids, they grabbed what was left of the demonic builder bomb, chucked it in the river, and got the hell out of there. Lesson learned: when a stranger offers you a haunted doll, return to sender.
Ai, Jesus! Ai, meu Deus!
Não aceito você na minha casa, não
Thiago
aceito.
do céu!
Number 6. The Face Among the Mist. On the 28th of December 1984, a group of teenage boys were driving down a dark, misty road when something truly tragic happened. Their car lost control, veered off the road at a sharp turn, and crashed into a group of trees. The police were quick to the scene, but sadly, one of the boys, John Bolaware, reportedly passed on from the accident. While the event was truly heartbreaking, it was what one of the officers captured that night that has left people shaken and scratching their heads for answers to this day. Take a look.
Imagine capturing a soul, leaving a body, screaming. This real-life story will send chills down your spine. The image that you're looking at reveals a very chilling manifestation. Above the hood of the car, a profile of a boy's face, screaming. Many believe it was John's soul leaving his body.
As the police worked to rescue the surviving teens and document the crash, one of them snapped a photo, and in that photo, something eerie appeared. Hovering above the wreck was a faint, ghostly face. Many believe that this was John's spirit, captured at the very moment it left his body. While skeptics, of course, argue it's just a trick of the light, maybe a glare from emergency vehicle beams or the camera flash bouncing off the mist and glass. But here's the scary detail. The figure bears an uncanny resemblance to John himself. So, did they accidentally photograph a soul crossing over into the great beyond? Or is this just another one of those optical illusions that the brain can't help but turn into something more? We'll let you decide. Number 5. Phantom Footsteps. Paranormal YouTuber Blogger Sky Bypass returns to an abandoned house where he and his team had previously experienced downright bone-chilling, skin-prickling events. But this time, he wants to uncover other secrets this godforsaken house holds. However, since his last visit, the place had been overrun by no-gooders who have stripped the place bare, peeling back the walls, looting anything they could carry. And as he feared, the spirits in the house have become more discreet, fading into the shadows. Hours passed, nothing, no creaks, no whispers, just him sitting there on his sweaty butt, wondering if the ghost had officially clocked out. So he decided to change tactics and speak to the entity directly. And oh boy, was that when things lifted off.
Хотели вы описать, какие чувства или эмоции вас мучают?
Вы это сейчас слышали?
After waiting for a while, he suddenly hears the footsteps of a child scampering upstairs. And from his last visit, he knew kids must have lived there, judging by the sheer amount of toys littered around the place. But hearing ghostly children run overhead, that's a whole new level of paranoia. Still puzzled about what he heard and had caught on camera, he investigated further and put a baby monitor in one room while waiting for the entity's next move. What he caught next sent him running for a fresh pair of pants. Let's watch. Just as he was about to call it a night and leave the nightmare behind, the house threw one last punch to the gut. Footsteps came charging down the stairs, stopped cold, then darted back up, followed by giggling like some twisted game of hide and seek. And yet, no one showed up on any of the cameras. But the real kicker? That came as he was packing up to leave. The baby monitor picked up a voice whispering, "Are you leaving?" That was enough for him to pull a classic nope and bolt out the door like his shoes were on fire. So what do you reckon? Did he stumble into a legit haunting? Or was something else messing with him in the dark? Let us know in the comments.
Поясняю, мне в этом доме некомфортно. Потому что хоть здесь и обитает ребенок, судя по ответам этой штуки, спасибо, что она работает, как оказалось, удивительно, но она рабочая.
Number 4. Tatami Room Reveal. The video you're about to see comes from TikTok realtor at and Channin, Japan, who usually post casual home tours of newly available properties. What was meant to be just another walkthrough video of the facilities took a dark turn, with the eagle-eyed followers noticing something unusual in the background as he filmed. The clip has since gone viral, but for all the wrong and creepiest reasons.
Here's what $760 gets you in Fukuoka, Japan. Now today we have a classic Japanese home, starting with a very nice tatami room. This house will run you a monthly rent of 12 man. This 4-bedroom home is in a wonderful location. 3-minute walk away from a supermarket, electronics store, and convenience stores. And just a 5-minute bike ride, you are at the train station. So you're easily able to get to the center of the city. Lovely little kitchen area, and lots of kitchen storage with this built-in cabinet. Next we have this interesting little room here, which could easily be an office or gaming room. And it wouldn't be a Japanese home without very steep stairs. Also, don't forget to check out my apartment tour playlist. And upstairs we have one more tatami room. If you've never been around tatami mats, they put off a very nice smell. And here we have a room with a hardwood floor. There's not much of a view, but you do have wonderful natural lighting. I lived in Seattle for many years and I am traumatized and I need all the natural light I can get. Also, if you're someone with a car or planning to get a car, this house comes with a parking spot. Classic toilet. Also, mind you, the toilet has a sink on the back. I think many people don't realize that. And last, a classic Japanese bathroom. So what do you think of this house? Would you live here?
Did you see it? Shortly after what looked like a shadowy figure ran past the shoji, a silhouette appeared, just briefly, behind the wall. However, our guide doesn't seem to notice. In fact, he records the area right after, and not a single soul can be seen. Now, here's where it gets even spookier. Tatami rooms, especially in Japan, have seen more than just quiet tea breaks. Don't let the peaceful ambience deceive you. You see, these rooms and their woven mats have hosted centuries of rituals, prayers, and the kind of spiritual activity that will make you rethink your floor plan. Shinto, Buddhist, you name it. If it creeps, it's probably crept across one of these. So what exactly did the camera catch that day? Was it the lingering spirit of a former resident? Or something far older? Something invoked long ago that still haunts the space? Your guess is as good as ours.
Classic Japanese home, starting with a very nice tatami room. This house will run you a monthly rent of...
Number 3. The Pedaling Phantom. It's not unusual to see things like balls rolling downhill, tyres going rogue after a push, or even bikes seemingly taking themselves on a joyride during a windy day. But what was captured at stupid o'clock on a CCTV camera in Saarbrücken, Germany, is something the laws of physics would struggle to explain. At first glance, it looks simple enough. A bicycle, just cruising down the street. But here's what makes it bizarre. No rider, no visible push, no steep hill. Just a lone bike waltzing through the empty streets like it's out for a midnight joyride. And this didn't happen in broad daylight, where kids might be playing or someone could have given it a shove. Nope. This happens at a time of night where only ghosts, raccoons, and poor life decisions are awake. Now, sure, maybe something kicked it off, but the speed and stability with which it moves gives a very weird vibe. because physics says a bike needs a rider or a lot more momentum to keep upright at that speed. And yet, here it is, gliding like someone or something is silently pedaling through the night. Coincidence? Or an invisible cyclist from the other side? We'll let you be the judge. Number 2. Possessed or pretending. Somewhere in Indonesia, a group of people spotted a man behaving strangely. Now, it wasn't clear if he was homeless, unwell, or just having a really bad reaction to something, but what they saw on the street that day wasn't normal. The man seemed to be twitching, convulsing, and behaving as though he was either suffering a serious medical episode, under the influence, or possibly being possessed by something way beyond medical explanation. To provide context for the police who were already en route, one of the men pulled out his phone to record. Here's what was caught.
Hadlokan ko. Hadlokan ko. Ayoko sila masama.
Oh, é muito estranho. Em um momento do vídeo parece que ele levita, como se estivesse flutuando.
Nga po sis. Alina sila masama. Hadlokan ko. Hadlokan.
As they tried to hold the man down, he appeared to levitate for a few seconds, like a scene from The Exorcist. How was he able to give gravity the middle finger? There were clearly no strings attached to him, and the guy holding his legs was barely holding on to them. So what gives? Was it some extreme muscle reaction, a bizarre trick of leverage, or perhaps something far more sinister is at play? We're not saying it was a possession, but maybe the priest should have been the first person they called. Number 1. Ghostly Knockdown. Late one night, a computer shop owner found himself stuck indoors after a heavy downpour turned the streets into a temporary river. With no umbrellas and nowhere to be, he and his employee decided to wait out the rain. Probably wrapped up some accounting, balanced the books, and maybe even cracked a few jokes to kill time. By the time the rain stopped, it was already past midnight. No big deal. It wouldn't be the first time they stayed that late. But this night would be nothing like the others. As he tried to use the stairs, someone or something appeared to attack him, sending him straight to the ground like a sack of bricks. And by the time his employee comes to investigate, he finds no one there. It's as if whoever or whatever struck him had simply vanished into thin air. It's one thing to get mugged in a dark, sketchy alleyway. It's a whole other level of terrifying to get struck by an unseen hand right in front of your own shop. But the funny part gotta be imagining this dude trying to explain to his wife why he was so late that night. The handprint sat right at shoulder height, like something tried to grab him. Sure, one of them could have left it.
But there is a chance that it's in the nature of their breed to act like this when trying to alert the beings around them of another presence. Have slide the packet down the beam without showing anything, even though he swears up and down.